Documents say a Kona psychologist who agreed to plead guilty to sex crimes involving a 14-year-old patient admitted to sexually abusing more underage victims. Our Allison Blair spoke to a legal expert who says the timing of that confession raises questions about the therapist's plea deal.
Records reveal Lelah provided the Hawaii County Prosecutor's Office with a written confession, essentially admitting he's a serial sex offender. That was last fall. Despite being armed with that information, prosecutors offered the psychologist a plea deal that will drastically reduce the time he spends behind bars. Paperwork shows he was even allowed to pick his punishment, something a legal expert calls odd.
These are statements, and apparently they're admissions from the defendant himself, admitting to not just this crime, but other crimes.
According to this court filing, the Hawaii County Prosecutor's Office received a package from Lelah last October. Inside were approximately 15 letters, handwritten, addressed to various individuals. The document states the letters contained admissions of conduct in relation to sex crimes against a 14-year-old patient, as well as additional minors that the defendant engaged in various degrees of manipulative or sexual conduct with. Also included was a note to a deputy prosecutor. In it, Lelah wrote, "I have tried to have my attorneys send this letter and journal entries to you, but was unsuccessful. So I am sending it to you against their advice."
How rare is it for a defendant to do that?
It's extremely rare.
What are your thoughts on the plea agreement now that we know he's basically confessed to sexually abusing other children?
Well, it makes the plea agreement even more irregular now because you have a dangerous person and they gave this weird plea deal where they gave him an opportunity to ask for probation or to pick prison and just kind of left it up to him.
Cameron Hurt is the program manager for government watchdog group Common Cause Hawaii.
Somebody who is a serial abuser of children, I don't see that person as really needing a plea deal.
Now that we know that this guy's actually maybe way more dangerous than previously known to the public, it begs the question is, what was the problem with the prosecutors? Why aren't they going for the maximum in this case? Because he's clearly a danger and a serial offender.
H&N Investigates asked the Hawaii County Prosecutor's Office why it decided to offer a plea deal instead of seeking the maximum 20-year sentence. Prosecuting attorney Keldon Walton said her office considers a victim's desired outcome, potential harm and trauma, and input, especially in serious cases like this. Walton added the prosecutor's office handed over the contents of the package from Lelah to the Hawaii Police Department, adding HPD has not yet referred any additional cases. H&N Investigates also asked the prosecutor how many victims his office is aware of, but did not get a response to that question. Hurt believes Lelah's victims, along with the people of Hawaii County, deserve better.
You're accountable to the community. You're accountable to those parents as to why you gave that deal. Did you really think that you couldn't win this case in court? What was the reason? And you need to be forthcoming about that reason.
H&N Investigates also emailed Lelah, asking him directly how many youth he sexually abused. We have not gotten a response. Initially, Lelah was facing 20 years without the possibility of probation, but with the plea deal, he could serve anywhere between 18 months and 10 years behind bars. A judge is scheduled to hand down his sentence on May 24th. The Hawaii County Prosecutor's Office is urging anyone who may have been sexually assaulted by Lelah to call the Hawaii County Police Department and speak to Detective Scott Dewey. His number's on your screen. Allison Blair, Hawaii News Now.